Yeah. So welcome to this 18th session on artificial intelligence for food sector. So this session will focus on how they're using in the other sector in data visualization, and also how to use best data visualization technique. Before that, we'll complete some more part in this previous case study. Okay. So far what we have done is we have taken the WHO data set and we installed ggplot, and we have done some kind of scatter plot and compared with the base R plot and ggplot. Then we have changed the color, size, all these things. We added the third variable of category variable as region, and metric variable we have added life expectancy. Then we have regressed fertility rate on under 15 age. So we got this final output. We'll try to do some more data visualization, then we'll proceed to the next part of our topic. Okay, so now we are trying to add the regression line in this graph. Okay, so far what we got it is the output. Okay, x-axis is the fertility log fertility. Why we have taken log is to remove the abnormality of data, skewed data to normal data. Underweight is the y-axis. Okay, so now what we do is we'll put the regression line in the graph itself. Okay, you try to type this 1 minute. Yeah, so ggplot log and geopoint and plus scatter smooth. Okay, so in order to get the line, you have to type this one. Type this. So normally regression line is the equation y equal to here. The y is the this one under 15, x is the fertility rate. Okay, so based on this equation, this variable, we got the line. So difference between the dot and line is the residual, otherwise called error. Okay, prediction. So whatever we are using, regression is a predictive model. So whatever you use predictive model, we can't predict 100%. There will be some error will be there. So that is a denotes between the line and the dot. Okay, so error. So actual is this one. When fertility rate is something like this, and under A is one, the prediction is this much, but actual is this value. The dotted line is the actual values. Okay, so we are getting some kind of blue line, and also we are getting some dotted. This is the deviations. Okay, so we'll try to reduce that one. So normally there are what are the different confidence level? Did you remember? What are the different levels of confidence level? Different, other 3 levels will be there. What are the 3 levels of confidence level? Any idea? You forgot, or what? In QT we used to have the
0.9, 0.5 and 0.2.
That is significant level. Confident level will be opposite.
Opposite
confident level is what are the confident level?
99,
99,
95,
95 and
91.
90, 95 and 99. Okay, so we'll try to use the confidence level here. So we'll use the same plot. You can press up arrow, and level we use 99. Okay, so this is the confidence opposite is significantly 0.01 significant level. You try to use this coding. I don't want that only line is enough. I don't want that no confidence interval. I don't want mean. You can use this function. Okay. See, now as of now we have the line here, that dotted line, some kind of this is the main line. This is the plus or minus of the particular difference. Okay, so this is the plus and this is the minus of this line. Okay, I don't want the confidence interval mean. I want only the blue line mean. You can use this function called false. Okay, if you use this one, mostly will get the normal line, dotted line. You check this command to command. No need to type again command, only you can write the last one. Okay. Sir, I don't want the color should be blue. I want some other color, mean you can change the color also. Final command you can add color equal to orange or dark red, anything if you want you can put. Red also you can put. Here red color. C equal to false. Only the light line will be there. This is how the data visualization. So whenever you use regression anything, find compared to normal output, that equation, if you give it this form of output, people will understand, particularly top level CEO manager or consumers or customers can understand. So this is also regression only, but we are converted into regression machine learning model, but we converted the output into visualization format. Okay, up to this step you complete. If you want, you can save all the file. Okay, whatever file you are doing, just you can save it in some folder. You can further reference. Okay, once you complete up to this step, you type it in chat window. Then I'll proceed to the next step. Next, some videos we'll see and the case study we'll discuss. Yeah, Varada completed. Rahul, Ashwin, Vaishnavi. No need to type all the command. You can just press up arrow and you can do it. Please remember that always. Any error also we're getting, just to press up arrow and correct that error. That's all. I'll wait for 2 minutes. So this is how we have done for converted WHO data into other thing. So now we will go to some other case study after 2 minutes. Yeah, fine, Preeti, Ravikumar, okay. Okay. 2 minutes will wait. 11:26 we'll start with the next topic. Okay. Please, everybody, please save this code as a script file for further use. Okay. In future, we will be using only the data set will be different. The coding almost will be same. Okay. The variable and the data set will be different, but that coding ggplot, that command, basic command will be Okay, now we'll see some of the how they are using in the police department, that all the data visualization technique in R software. I'll show you a small video, the 3 minutes video, then I will understand. So not only in food sector and any other, even for police department also they are using it. Just will for understanding the situation, just I'll show a small video. Are you able to see my video?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sound is
Sir.
fine.
No,
Audio,
sir.
audio is not there.
Audio is.
Okay, 1 minute. Now? Now?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute.
Computer program that can act his followers. These days, the LAPD is on an offensive to
Sir.
prevent crime.
Coming, sir.
Its latest weapon is a computer program that can actually predict where crimes will happen. Months to catch Manson and his followers. These days, the LAPD is on an offensive to prevent crime. Its latest weapon is a computer program that can actually predict where crimes will happen. And Justice Correspondent Bob Orr has a first look at the results.
In the Foothill Division, north of downtown Los Angeles, police are patrolling the largely working-class neighborhoods with specially marked maps. The small red squares are hot spots, where computers project property crimes are most likely. It's called predictive policing, a program which Captain Sean Malinowski says puts officers on the scene before crimes occur.
65% of our crimes are burglary, grand theft auto, and burglary from motor vehicle. And that's what these boxes represent.
That's a pretty small box, 500 feet by 500 feet.
Yes, it is a small area.
These crime prediction boxes come from the same kind of mathematical calculation used to predict earthquakes and aftershocks. By analyzing the times, dates, and places of recent crimes, computers project hotspots for burglaries, break-ins, and car thefts. LA's Police Chief Charlie Beck says increasing police patrols inside those boxes denies criminals opportunity.
The real measure of this is not how many people you catch, it's how much crime you prevent. Well, I love catching people. That's what I live for. But what I'd rather do is live in a place and work in a place where crime didn't happen.
Chief Beck, a 35-year veteran and the father of 2 LAPD officers, has faced some skepticism in selling the predictive concept.
You're a street cop.
I am.
So somebody comes to you with a computer program and says, here, we're going to predict the future. We're going to tell you where crime's going to occur. Aren't some of the guys on the street just going to roll their eyes and say, oh, come on?
Well, of course. You know, I mean, that's the nature of human beings. I mean, everybody thinks that they do their profession as well as it can be done already, so they don't need any help. If this old street cop can change the way that he thinks about this stuff, then I know that my kids can do the same.
The LAPD began testing the predictive policing model here in the Foothill Division in November, and the early results are encouraging. Burglaries are down 33%, and violent crime is also down 21%. That success will allow Beck to expand the program to other parts of the city and leverage limited resources.
I'm not going to get more money. I'm not going to get more cops, but I have to be better at using what I have, and that's what predictive policing is about.
It's also about driving the crime rate lower. Crime here has dropped 9 straight years. With these small red boxes, LA is aiming for 10. Bob Orr, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Yeah. So if you look at this, they are using predictive policing in the unconditional situation sector, police department. Similarly, everywhere they are using, so even for locating the factory or locating the restaurant place. So there also you can use this kind of the process. Okay. So already in India also, this Hyderabad and some other places also they started using this kind of R-based data visualization technique to predict the crime rate. So similar thing we can use it for any kind of factory location, supply chain problem, operational problem, marketing or distributions also we can use this one. Okay. So now we are shifting to the second part of the data visualization. So this part will focus on what is the good, bad, and best practices of data visualization. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll share the separate presentation document. First we'll discuss that, then we'll go to R and we'll try to apply this one. Okay. So far we use objective data set, that now we are going to use some other data set called International Student Intel. We have to download that one. So already it is there in the Google Classroom. It's just a possible download. Before that, I'll just complete my presentation. What is a good and best practices of data visualization. Are you able to see my PPT?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible now? PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, 1 minute. So great power come great response. So there are many ways we can do data visualization. Okay. So we have just seen how to make some attractive scatter plot and some kind of 3D plot in ggplot package. Okay, which has good default setting, but still we have to improve. Okay, we can change the color, all these things. So it's up to you, the color, size, and all. We have to improve. Okay. So similarly, in the next semester, we are going to use the Tableau or some other software also data visualization. So Excel also will contain a lot of very good data visualization options are there. If you look at this, R is an open source software. And, even Excel also we have to pay, but nowadays there are crack versions are available. But Excel also a lot of data visualizations are available. But customized data visualization and all, we can use ggplot. We can do a lot of small changes also. We can do it. Okay. So normally this is the difference between the good visualization and the bad visualization. So good visualization means it's clear and accurate, convey the key message in the data. Okay, it's based on not your understanding, based on the consumer or customer or whoever are presenting your data, CEO or your manager. You have to clearly and accurately convey the message. It's not about you understanding the output. It's all about how the audience are understanding your output. That is a good visualization. The bad visualization mean so ignorance and the data will be confusing. Okay. So we'll see some of the example of bad visualization. Then we'll go to R. We'll try to create some good visualization of the same data. Okay. So visualization can be a analyst for their own consumption to gain insight. Okay. Sometimes if you're not presenting to anybody, if you want to get insight for yours, that's okay. Okay. The visualization also provide information for decision making and convey somebody mean it should be very good. Okay. Only yourself mean somewhat you can manage with bad visualization, but only thing you have to understand. But if you're presenting, you have to be very careful because visualization sometimes it will confuse also. Okay. So bad visualizations sometimes hide some pattern that could give insight and mislead the decision maker. Some missing data will be there. Some output which will lead to the bad decision making. Okay. So simply you have to understand that whenever you're presenting your data or output to somebody, it should be very clear and easy to convey your message. Okay. So today we'll this class we'll look at some of the example of variety of source. We'll talk about good and bad about the visualization. Then we'll switch to R and we'll do some data visualization with the same data set. Okay. So if you look at this is a bad visualization. This is all about crash of OS, different version of Android and different version of iOS app. So what are the different issues are the crash? Okay. So if you look at this, it looks very cumbersome. Some of the data, for example, this data iOS, there is 0% is there. So this kind of output is not needed. Only some important data or some significant values we can put it. Okay. So if you look at this, it's not clearly convey the message. Okay. So another example, if you take this also compared to this of bar chart, not bar, what is this pie chart. we can use full bar chart or some other not pie chart, bar chart we can use, or scattered plot something. So this also a little bit confusing is there. Okay, so whenever you are presenting, you always have to put the shoes of your audience. Accordingly, you have to develop the data visualizations. So if you look at, this is the data we are going to use. We are going to use some MIT graduate data, and we are going to create some chart. So already we have created some multi-dimensional pie chart. So if you look at this chart, some of the places there is no values are there. Okay, so not all the points are labeled. Okay, so the color also, a lot of colors are there, little bit confusing are there. So 3D is not visible. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll try to use similar data. We'll create some better chart in the R software. Okay, so we'll try to create now. So please download the data set called I think 1 minute, INTL, International Student INTL. I'll share the data set. You got the data set. It is there in the Google Classroom. Just download. Everybody got it, the data set? This is the data set. So this, if you look at this, is one of the top university, MIT. So which are the location the students are coming from this place? Okay, so Asia, this much is there. Europe, North America, all these things. Okay, we are trying to convert into chart. So already we created the pie chart, but it's not conveying the meaning. We'll try to convert into different chart. Okay, either bar chart or pie chart. We'll try to do it. So using this one, this is the data. One variable is region, another variable is percentile of international students. Okay, so we try to convert into data visualization. Okay, chart, pie chart, or bar chart. Okay, so everybody got the data?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you can come to R software. Okay, so before we already used WHO data. Now you have to use different data. What you have to do now? What is the first step? What is the first step you have to do?
Import data.
Yeah, how to do it? You have to go to file. Are you able to see my screen or?
No, sir.
Okay, R software.
No, sir.
Okay. Are you able to see the screen now? The 1 minute. One minute. I'll open the R. Okay, I just opened the R. So you can go ahead with this data. Please download the data set before that. Clear console. So first you have to go to file, change DIR, same process. Okay, so wherever you downloaded, the same folder you have to locate. So for me, it's in the Google Drive. Data set, that's it. Okay, then you can check WD. It's not compulsory, just for understanding purpose I'm checking. Yeah. One minute. Okay. Now, okay. Now you have to change what is the file name now? What is the file name? Intel.csv. You can change into Intel. Okay, or in something if you want anything else. If you want to see the structure of the data, only two variables will be there. only two variables. So one is region, another one is percentile. Okay. Now we want to use ggplot. If you want to use ggplot, what you have to do now? You have to call the package. Okay. So already we installed the package in the last class. Just you have to call the package. Only one time you have to install. After that, only you can directly call the package using this function. Okay. So if you not install, you have to use install packages already installed. So that's why we are directly calling the package. Okay. So now we are trying to create some bar chart. Okay, with region on x-axis and a percentile on y-axis. Okay. So we'll try to create. So as I told you in the what is this? In the our software, there are if you use ggplot, first you have to use the data. Okay, data name is this one. Aesthetic, x is the region and y is the person. You can change other way also, no problem. Plus geometric, we are using bar. Okay, previously we used which one? Geo underscore which one we used? Point, right? Point means character. Now we are going for bar. Okay, the stat identity, I tell you what it is. Okay, stat identity mean normally. So we have the size of the bar will be adjusted based on the y-axis. Y-axis is what? Percentile. Okay, the percentile is from some 0 to 1 mean accordingly the size of the bar will be arranged based on the y-axis. Okay, geometric text the label. Okay, the label in the bar we are getting which one? Percentile. So percentile of the if you look at this bar chart we can get. I will show the output. We'll get it. Plus this. Are getting this output? Let me know. See, the last line is nothing but the value, whatever the percentile value, we have to get it in the bar itself. Okay, that is a text, the label as percentile. Okay. So if you look at the x-axis, it is arranged based on the alphabetical order from Africa to this one, A, B, C, D. But if we want from highest value to lowest value, we have to use differently. That I will tell you. Y-axis, if you look at the 0 to 1 is arranged. If you want some customized also, we can do it. Okay, this is not attractive. We'll try to modify this output. Okay, if you want, you can save this output. I'll wait for another 2 minutes. Let me know once you complete. If you're completed, please type it in chat window. Then I'll proceed to the next step.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, percent of INTL not found. I got error, sir.
1 minute. Please type properly. Percentile. P capital.
Sir, yes, sir. P capital, sir. I capital.
Of O also capital.
Let me try.
Of this is based on the heading.
Okay, sir.
So once you get the output, let me know. But still, it's not a good data visualization. We are going to modify. Sorry. So now we are going to make the order factor. What is the factor here? Is the region Africa like this, right? So we are going to do this reorder. Okay, reorder mean highest will come first, lowest will come later. Okay, we are going to change that one. See, Intel is the data set. We are transforming the variable. What is the variable? Region. Region from Africa to this. We are minus mean it will reverse. Okay. So highest value will be lost and low highest it will change. Okay. So we are changing. Now we are getting order from Africa to last. Now we are changing from highest value will come lowest value later. Okay. That's why we are put minus. If you put less, reverse will get it. Okay. The percentile is from For example, this will come in the first, and then it will change. Okay, the 0 point will go last, minus will go last. Okay, so in order to default is giving based on the alphabetical order. Okay, we are changing, transforming the data. For this, we are using the function called transform. So now if you look at the data, it will have some transformation will be there. The percentile transformation will be vary. Okay, so up to this step you complete. Okay, then now percentile we don't want, now we are getting in percentile in form of which one, 0 to 1, but normally percentile will from 0 to 100, right? So in order to convert that one, we are using the function. Okay, intel is the data, percentile is a variable. So intel percentile into 100. So for example, 0.02 into 100 means how much it will come. How much? 20% is, this will be 2%. This will be 53%. This become 20%. This will become some 9%. Okay, 5%. This will be around 10%. This will be 1.2%. So into 100 we are changing. Okay, we are transformed this content into two. One is the arrangement based on the values. Second one is the percentile from 0 to 1 to 0 to 100. They are converted. Okay. So up to this step you complete, then we'll go to the final ggplot. Okay. Final ggplot will go. Once you complete up to this step, please type it in chat window. I'll wait for another 2 to 3 minutes, then we'll proceed to the next step. Anushka, you're coming to the second class. I think you missed the installation and all. Without the R package, GG package is very difficult to run, but I don't know. Let's see. Who are coming now? Tejaswini also. Are you using laptop? Both Tejaswini and what is the name? Anushka. Your laptop or just listening? Hello, are you there? Okay, Varada Rahul completed. So please respond. If you're not responding, I'll assume that you are not sitting in the class somewhere. You are sitting and just you are on the video. Vanushka and Tejaswini. You are absent for last class. Without last class, very difficult for you because yes, sir. I mean, what laptop is there? People are typing for they're completing the process. That's why they're typing yes. You are the typing yes. Mean laptop is there or not? If you're not there, please type the steps and all. We'll see. Anushka, if you're not responding, I'll not give attendance. Okay, fine. I'll wait for 1 more minute, then we'll go to the roof. Ravi Kumar, Darshini, Tej, Arnath, completed. See, you have to upload all your coding, everything in the folder. I will tell you note or everything. There's a 5 marks for that. Okay, fine. Now we'll go to the next step. Okay, now we are going to make the plot. Okay, so I'll just copy paste the text. You have to type it. After this, please save this. Okay, just type. So now we are making the international student data set. In this percentile, we are making internal percentile. We have done it. So now we are making ggplot. Ggplot, this is the command. So after that, what we are doing, the data set name is Intel aesthetic. X-axis is the region, Y-axis will be the percentile, plus we are using geometric bar. Okay, the start identity means the size will arrange it based on the values. Okay, 0 to 1. Okay, pill dark blue. The bar color now previously we got black color. If you want to go dark red or something, can change it. Okay, dark blue color I put. Then the geometric text. Okay, the text mean that above the bar we are getting the values, right? That will be nothing but a percentile. So already we converted the normal value 0 to 1 into 0 to 100. Okay, we adjust minus 0.4. So if you look at the previous chart, so we got the output, right? 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. Here this value we are getting not exactly the below. Okay, we have to reduce the size, increase at the top of the line. Okay, so for this we can use this command. Okay, so for that we use the minus 4. That means it will adjust some size. You can use minus or some other line also we can use it. Okay, so this line minus mean it will adjust the size in the bar, the values. Okay, the Y label we given the percentile of the international student. Okay, and the theme, the title of element. Okay, the element will be blank. The axis element is we are adjusting the size. Okay, previously we are making some 3-dimensional 45 size angle and adjust one. Okay, the size we are little bit adjusting. Okay. So once you complete this process, you will get this output. Okay. Let me know once you complete. I'll wait for 3-4 minutes. So if I don't want this color or something different color, if you want, that also possible. You can put here. Leave it. So typing itself, you want change the color. Okay. Are you completed this one? Just type it in chat window. Once you complete, you will get this output. Yeah, Ashwin completed. Good.
Sir, can you drag little above, sir?
Yeah, 1 minute. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can put it in your resume also, you know, or the package and whatever package you've done, you can put it in your resume also. Only Ashwin got it or anybody got it? Please let me know. Anybody got it? Please type it in chat window. Output, same output. Only Ashwin has got it. Let's let people also. Yeah. Varada got it. Please let me know other people. Then we'll go to the next map, world map. We'll project it. Make it fast, please. I'll take another 1 or 2 minutes. Then I'll explain. Vaishnavi got it. Vaishnavi, I got your mail. We'll discuss because last week I was tied up with the FTP program regarding the
Yes,
project.
sir. Okay, sir.
Editing last week on fully FTP. But time.
Okay, sir.
What about other people? Magesh, got it? Magesh.
So doing, sir.
Okay, okay. I'll wait for some more time, one or 2 minutes. Yeah. Ravi Kumar, Preeti, Devyani, Manasa. Ariram, are you listening or what? Ariram, Anand, and all, no interaction, nothing of that. Sorry. Sri Sagar, are you doing? Sri Sagar, are you there?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Okay. No response from Anushka.
I'm getting some errors, sir.
Yeah,
I'm sorting.
yeah, please check carefully. Definitely will get it. Once you small error also, if you take it, you will not get the output. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Please check you check up arrow and just check your output and my coding. If it's small mistake, anything is the capital letter, you check it. Dot and all you have to put it. Okay, so those are completed. You can just install this package, the world map. I just just install this map. Okay. One minute. Install package ggmap. Okay. So this try to install. So you try to use cloud. Okay. Already I have installed. I'm not doing this one. So directly I'm going for which one? Calling the package. Okay. So library ggmap. So those are completed. Please try to install this ggmin global map. These two commands installation global map. So initially I told you, right, there are scatter plot, bar chart. Okay, now we are going to use some map. Okay, parallel install. Now I'll move to PPT. Then I'll explain the here. So if you look at the previously I done bar chart, it's not very good. Okay, now we have done pie chart. It's not good. Now we are done bar chart. Now if you look at this, all data are visible. Okay, and we are not losing any region and is easily understand from lowest to highest. Okay, compared to previous previous pie chart, this bar chart is better. So this is how you have to convey. If you look at here, there are some of the places the values are not missing. Okay, values are missing. So in order to remove all these things, I've done this bar chart, removed pie chart to bar chart. Now this is how we have to do the better visual. End of the day, your audience should understand the output. Okay, it is not about you understand. If you are not presenting anybody, it's okay. If you are presenting to somebody, you have to always think how they are understanding the output. Okay, that is a simple process of good visualizations. Okay, so always there is a room to improve. So even top people also, they're very expert in data visualization. People also, they are trying to learn new things to improve their output. Okay, so with this, I'm stopping the this data set. Now we are going to do the world map. Okay, for this, I'm going to import a new data set called I think the data set name will be 1 minute. The data set name will be Intel all. Okay, international all that also international, but it will be more data will be that data we have to explore. Okay, Intel all. Okay, now everybody completed up to this step, let me know. So now you have to import the data. Already at the same directory only my data is there. I'm not importing, so only I'll change the file name. Okay, file name I'll change it. Okay, string, there are some data set is in text, that's why you put this one. Okay, string data. Intel, 1 minute, I'll check whether it is there or not. Okay, the data set I didn't download. 1 minute, I just download. You know, data set it is there. Intel all is there. Yeah, it is there. Correct.
It's there, sir.
Yeah, you just download that file. I have to download and put it in the folder. That folder, this data set is not there. Yeah, I downloaded Intel all. Okay, I'll put it. Yeah, now it's work. So enter. Now it's working. Okay. So why we are putting this one a string as a factor, because in the data set contain, I just show the data set also. Here, this data set contains some text also. Okay, so this is one particular universities and how many people are coming from different UG program, graduate program, special UG, Excel. So different country. Okay, we are going to put this data into world map. Okay, so from this, which are the places they are getting more people. Okay, so this is what we are going to do now. I'll share the coding. Please complete up to this step. Okay, what I'm trying to do it. So we have done this bad chart into good chart that we completed. With this, we are completing the Intel data. So now we are using Intel all. So what we are trying to Intel all is we are going to import the world map. From the world map, which are the places the students are coming. Okay. So more student mean more good color will get it. So in this, we have to install the package called GG global map package. Okay. Then we have to install the new data set. Okay, initially the data set was Intel INTL, now all. Okay, so the data set I installed, you added this mean some text data is there. Okay, so now data set is ready now. Now we have to proceed further. Okay, so before that, let me know you have completed this process. Okay, up to this you have completed me. Please type it in chat window. I think Vaishnavi completed. Vaishnavi completed up to this step or what?
Yes, sir, up to this step.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wait for some more time. Let other people complete, then we'll proceed. Installing that Google Map, sometime it will take some time. So you can check what is the heading of this data set. Okay, Interzet. Okay, these are the head cities and already the Excel sheet, right? Same Excel sheet only it is the heading. Okay, some places data is not available. Okay, so there you can remove all zeros and all. We can remove this command using the command called is NA install 0. That means that all wherever the blank values that will be removed. Now you can check the heading again one more time. Now will not get any NA. Okay, all will get 0, 0, 0. Okay, remove 0 NA with 0. Up to this you complete, then we'll proceed. I'll wait for another 3 minutes. Very good. Varadara Rahul complete. Very good. If you don't have laptop or any difficulties or facing continuously, I record a video, I'll share it whenever you free time, just you explore further. Okay. So now you have to load the world map. Okay. To map data, you have to load. For this, you can use the command called world map. World map. Anything equal before equal is the variable. It is a function map.data world map. You can install any maps, India map or any map. Then if you see the structure, see the map data contain latitude, longitude, group, order, region, sub-region, something. Okay, this is the data set given by the package. So now if you look at this, in our data set, we have only which one? Citizenship. Citizenship is nothing but a region, but in the map it is called which one? Region. But in the data set what we have in the Excel, we call it as region as a citizenship. Okay, so you have to merge this one. But Google will the Google map will understand only region, but we have given title as citizenship. You have to merge this one. Okay, so for this we can use a separate command. Okay, for merging your data with this one. Okay. So up to this, please complete. I'll wait for another 5 minutes, then we'll proceed. Sorry. Sorry. Anybody completed up to this step?
Sir,
Yeah, please.
sir, I'm not getting this world map. It is showing package maps required for the map data. Please install and try again.
Okay, okay. So what you do is, one minute, you try to install this package also. If you're not getting this one, there is a package called install maps. Okay, this package also you try to install. Let's see. This install package maps. Okay.
Sir, even I got that, sir.
Yeah, you install this also. This package also. Yeah, install this package also and try.
Okay, sir.
Then you have to call the library. Already I installed, directly I'm calling the package. Okay. After this, you do this commands. Okay. So I'm not trying directly. Okay. This package also, two package you install. One is called which one?
GG map, sir.
GG map. Okay. Then this also try. So now try anything is working, check it. Two package you install, then you try. Now it's working. Check it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. Once you complete up to this step, type it in chat window. Let's see. This command also type gplot map x-axis is longitude, y-axis is the latitude, the group, and file name white color map, black, the line will be black, and coordinates. There is no package called. Fine. 1 minute. Just 1 minute, I'll do one by one. Map we will install. Then we are changing the name of the file. Import data imported. Then header we have checked. Okay. Then heading we have checked. Okay. Margin. Anyway, you complete up to this step, map. We'll see in the next class some error where I'm getting and find out. There will be one quiz will be there. You can open those who are completed. Can go to your Google Classroom and complete their quiz. Before 1 o'clock you can complete. So next class I'll continue with this coding. Okay, we'll try to complete this map. Then we'll go to some other topic. Okay, possible I'll take some big data or some other case study also we have to complete. One case study we already completed, I have to teach in the class, that also will tell.